Hello everybody, Iain Robson here, and welcome to a edition of Westbridge Hills. Alright, we got things going on today. As you can see, our fields are planted at the moment. However, we have something else going on that we need to do. If you recall from previous episodes, we were running a bit low on silage for our cows. So what we're going to go ahead and do is make some silage this episode. That will allow us, of course, to make sure they have full TMR, a good mix. That will, of course, make them 100% productive again. But what we're running into is a situation where we just ran out of silage, so we couldn't make any more TMR. So what I got set up right now is I got the Crone Big X set up on field 19, and he's ready to go to do his thing there. And we have a trailer somewhere around here that will collect silage. I don't know where it got off to, but it's somewhere. Alright, ready to go. I think it's over here. Nope, not that one. Not that. Although we can use that. Here it is right here. So, as you can see, our bunker is empty, so we need to go ahead and get this guy and get the Crone Big X. And let's have at her, so to speak. Alright. Are we going to make this turn? Barely. Alright, so we'll get to the Big X, which is down over here. I wonder how much manure we actually have left here. I think it actually says how much manure you have left. Because I've been putting some in the 42%. Yeah, quite a bit. Of course, because you can put manure, solid manure, in the BGA extension, which of course makes adds to your solid manure ratio. So, as you can see, the corn is not quite ready yet, so let's go ahead and fast forward time here. And it should be ready by the next day, we'll see. Now, if I were playing with the other mod, which makes it so you harvest your corn when it's not fully matured, that would be ready, but right now it's not, so there we go. Alright, let's get this guy set up here. It needs to be started, of course. I always find that it always keeps throwing me off every single time now. It's like you hop into like anything now. It's like, whoops, need to start that sucker first. I love how this thing makes like a sound that's you can hear like the engine rev up. It's crazy. All right, let's do this. Whoops. I'll have to turn down my cruise control. I don't know why, but every now and then I'll forget that I have to set the cruise control. And I just automatically assume it follows the same speed as the tractor we're using. Of course it doesn't, but perfect. There we go. That should be good. Anyways, so yeah, that is what we needed to get done, because of course I think our cows actually have TMR right now, but because we're out of silage we cannot make any more TMR. Oh, they're out of straw. We should deal with that soon too. But they're at 90% productivity because they do have some mixed rations right now, but only have 14,000 liters, so not a good thing. And because we have 75 cows now, of course it is important to... Oh, you know what I did? You know what I forgot about? Whoops. This guy right here. So I have to actually do this because we're using the BG extension. If I don't do this, we're actually going to have to... It's going to cost us money to restart this. It's funny. You get used to the old BGA style, and then this doesn't work for us very well. It doesn't work for you very well when you forget about it. So let's go ahead and fill this before I forget about it again, because we need to have this with something in it. I don't think we need to buy anything again. Oof, no, good. That's lucky. If we don't do this, well, it doesn't matter right now because the cycle that it actually functions at is at 8 o'clock, so I'll have to remember that at 8 o'clock to actually fill this up. So what I'll do is I don't need to do this right now technically, but I wanted to make sure I have something in there in case I forgot. Because I'm pretty sure if you leave it empty and it's not running, it will cost you money. There, that's a little bit in there. There we go. Anyways, let's hop back into our, where is it? 3? No. Yeah, it was 3. Anyways, yeah, I totally forgot about that. I knew that was going to happen once or twice, where if I fast forward time without thinking about it, I need to take care of the BGA again. Because the way it works is, if you don't keep it up to date and good to go, basically what can happen is you'll run into a situation where you have to restart your BGA, which costs you money. A lot of money too. I think it's like $200,000. I'm not sure if it's the same amount it costs to start it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because the way it works is, I guess in real life, is you have to. I guess I'm not. The way it works in real life is you have to, I guess, bring somebody in to start it up and fire it up, and you have to have like certain materials involved and whatnot. So that's the reason why they have the cost in that scenario. So I suppose we could get our other combines, because this is ready to go. We could have the other combines running as well, but it's not a big deal. I think we have lots of stuff just sitting in there. Pottinger. Yeah, we have wheat and canola, so not a big deal. I figured we had this, but it's funny, sometimes the mirrors are useful, sometimes the mirrors are not useful at all. Apparently there is a script out that you can get that will allow you to adjust your mirrors. It's by Maru. Let's bring this up here. It's by Maru, which is the same guy who did let's set this up before I forget about it here. I think 5 is a good number. It's by Maru, which is the same guy who did the what did he do? He did the a few random things actually. What has he done? He has done the oops. I believe he did the breeding mod. He did the conveyor belt mod. He did a couple other mods like that. Anyways, but it allows you to adjust mirrors in your vehicle. But the problem I've heard is that when you adjust the mirrors, you'll make it look really strange a lot of the time, because you won't see it. What will happen is it will look like the mirror is coming out of the actual thing. So if you look right here in that mirror, if I adjust it too much, the actual physical object won't move, but the mirror, the reflective part will. So that's the problem that you'll run into. And I guess I'll keep it open. It doesn't make a difference. Alright, nice. Doesn't take much apparently to get 100%. Ah well, I do like the way that looks. They did a really good job with that. I'm really happy, because before it wasn't nearly as cool. And the only way you would get that type of graphic, or that particle effect, is if you had a mod. Now, you don't need a mod necessarily, so... so what we'll do is we'll fill up our bunker by the cows first, and then we'll fill up a bunker over by the BGA, because I'm sure we're going to need some more of that soon enough. Alright, where are we here? It's a bit of a long haul. Honestly, it's funny, I was looking at mods the other day, and I haven't seen too many new mods that have come out yet that have really excited me, other than... Really? There we go. I haven't seen any new mods come up that have excited me, other than the ones by the same guy who made the GPS mod and all that. I know he released an update to the drive control mod just today. It's not a big one. I don't think it does very much, but he added that to it just today, I guess. So, perfect. Can sneak through here. One of these days I'm going to take out those trees, I think. yeah, so he made it, did a little release for it. I think it was a little small change. And I've downloaded it, but didn't put it in the mod folder. But other than that, I haven't seen anything that's really been exciting to wait for or to see what's coming out. Like I've said before, I'm sure OEB's coming out with a few things. I know they're doing some conversions from 2013 mods. If you want to see what they're working on, go to FS-UK and check out the forums there and look at works in progress. It's pretty cool to check out, actually. That's how I found out about a few works in progress they're doing, which is really cool, actually. So I don't know. I think they're working on the Extreme Baling Pack, if memory serves. It's in the forums and I was able to find it, so I guess it's public. But it just seems strange because one of those things that you would think is not supposed to be public, but I don't think it really makes a difference if it is public or not. So c'est la vie, I suppose. Nice. So it'll be nice once this can be done by Courseplay as well, because I can focus on other things. But honestly, this is pretty cool. A lot of people love watching the foraging for whatever reason. I don't know why. I know when Caravera76 did his Let's Play on New Oaks Biofuel, I think it was called, people always wanted to see him do foraging. And that was primarily, like, was like the main thing on that map. It was just foraging, basically, so it's just comical because everyone kept asking for it, and that was like the only thing you really could do. I don't think we really have any options, any other options in terms of... No, I don't think so. This is my truck I've been fiddling around with. This one actually isn't terrible, to be honest with you. I could sell my man truck and replace it with one of the Kenworths. That's possible. It's not a bad little... I don't know, the funny thing is, it's like I said previously, when you're looking at some of the other mods out there, you have to compare them to the in-game stuff, and sometimes the in-game stuff is better than the mods coming out, which makes you not want to play with the mods because they're not nearly as good as what you're getting in the vanilla game. Which, you know, just happens. Nothing that could have been done. Oh my goodness, that's so close. There we go. Nothing that could have been done about that. Like, it's just gonna take a little bit of time. Like, everyone's really anxious to get some really good mods out there, but the problem is there aren't. It takes longer than a few weeks to get a good mod out there, especially with all the changes they made with. So, for example, if you look at that forage harvester there, you see how like has like a sheen on it, like a shine. That's something that is difficult to transfer from 2013 to this, as far as I know. So it can create problems, and some people have had problems with it, which is why it takes a long time for mods to come out. Also, if you're starting a mod from scratch, a lot of things can be translated over relatively easily. Like if you're using Blender to create the 3D model, that's relatively easy to use that. But you know, you're always gonna have difficulties, I guess. Actually, one thing I saw that I thought was really cool was I saw one of these guys with these tracks on it. I'm not sure if they're Susi tracks or not, but they look like them, and they put it on here. It looked kind of cool. I forget where I saw that. It looked cool, but it's still the in-game stuff. A lot of times it is just adjusting what's already in the game, right? Especially in the initial time. So, like, I know Dirt Heber said he wasn't going to do any mod spotlights, or he wouldn't have any mod spotlights until December, which I don't think is unreasonable. Primarily because there are no mod spotlights worth doing at this time. Well, for scripts, yes, there's lots of those, but not necessarily for actual mods that I've seen yet. I've seen some cool trucks that look nice on the outside, but on the inside they look terrible, which is unfortunate. It is what it is. Yeah, the Kenworth I actually have that I've been working on. This one right here. The outside looks fine. The inside looks terrible. I don't know how to fix it. I know the reason why it's doing it, kind of. Like, they changed the way the So the way it works with a lot of modding, you can like unfold something and then it becomes like a flat piece of paper, and then you, and then you wrap it around a 3D object. That's like the texture essentially. So what happens in those scenarios is, I guess from what I understand, like I don't know how to do this personally. That's why it's not obvious for me. But from what I understand, they changed the way they do that from 2013 to 2015. So because of that, there were some issues. People didn't. It's not easy to transfer stuff, and you can't just transfer like when you could. If you go back and look at 2013 mods, you could just easily go bing bang boom 2013, 2015. There, that's it. But with this, because they changed a few different things, they have made it a lot more difficult. You know, it would be nice if they showed you that you could dump in that little monitor down there. Let's just see. No. Oh well. It's too much to ask, I suppose. Now, if I were playing with a BGA, I think it's called the far silo, I think it's called. Basically what happens is you have to compact your silage evenly distributed across. So like right now, I'm not doing a very good job because a lot of my silage is at the front there. So what I would do is I would have to like put down a layer essentially and then compact that layer. And the way it works is it breaks it down like, so here's one section, here's one section, here's one section, and they break down the compaction of that one little area, which is really cool. It does take more work, like most things do, but it is a nice little addition to the game, and I might get it eventually. I'm not sure, but from what I understand, it can, if you don't ferment the if you don't ferment the silage correctly, you'll actually get you don't get silage, you'll get other stuff, which is really cool. Also, if you're wondering about this mod, you can check out Farmer Beavis and Caraver76 did a little a lengthy showcase of the mod, along with some other mods. So for example, there was one mod that made it so you had to, if you wanted to change your corn or whatever into chaff, you had to thresh it during not the fully mature stage, but one of the stages before. So that was a really cool little addition that was added as well. And the same guy made that mod, and he also made the BGA extension and the silo compaction mod. So it's synergized as well. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, let's get this turned around here. It's funny. I don't live in America. I am from Canada. For those who have no idea where I'm from. But I think this seems unlikely to have it just open like this. I don't know. And these are kind of small, I think, too. Last time I checked, these things are just enormous in real life. But anyways, what do I know? I'm not from Texas or... Actually, Alberta has oil wells, too, but they're much different than that. Yeah, they have oil sands out there, which are completely different. Speed up a little bit. Nice. It's funny, one of the guys I follow online, Brian Scott from thefarmerslife.com, he actually was able to use a Class Jaguar not too long ago to make silage, which I thought was really cool because he's an American, and it's not something you see very often. I don't think you see Class Jaguars that often. You do from time to time. I know John Deere does have a forage harvester as well that will do the job. However, the problem that you'll run into there is I don't know what the quality is versus a Class or a Krone forage harvester. I don't know if it's better or worse or the same. I have no idea. I know one of the problems you'll run into if you're from Canada or the United States is the fact that parts become somewhat of an issue sometimes for some of the European brands, although the actual quality might be better or worse. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert on these things, that's for sure. just the way it goes. Alright, let me read some of the episodes. Let me read the episode too. Let me read some of the comments from the previous episode. Where are we here? I want to say it was episode 11 that came out the other day. Yes. Alright, let's go through some of the comments here and see what people had to say. MultiMikey123 says that there is a Horsch Pronto 18-meter cedar, and he suggests it for Westbridge Hills. Yep, I know about that one, Mikey. Guardian Citadel. It's kind of a random name. Guardian Citadel says, compared to the starting gear, it's not only twice as wide, completing a planting cycle in half the time, but it's also half the staff as well. He's referring to the cedar that we got, the Vaderstadt cedar. Apparently in North and South America you can only buy Vaderstadt in Canada and Chile, which is interesting. I didn't know that. Jacob said that one. I would have thought that it would be available in all of North America, so it's interesting to note that it's not available in the United States, only in Canada. I know, for example, Vaderstadt is partnered with Seedhawk. I'm sure I've mentioned this before. Seedhawk is a Canadian seed company based out of Saskatchewan, if memory serves. And that's why we have Vaderstadt here, because they are partnered together with them. So I believe if you want Vaderstadt stuff, you have to go through Seedhawk, I think is how it works. But from what I've seen about Vaderstadt stuff, I'm really impressed with the quality of their stuff. They go for precision. The one thing that really blew my mind when I watched a video on it is the fact that they count every single seed that goes into the ground. So you can be extremely precise, and then know if you skip a seed or not as well. Which really blew my mind. I was like, whoa, really? They actually go that far? And they actually count individual seeds? Well, I was pretty impressed. Let's say that. Alright, this guy looks like he's almost full, so I have to be careful to hit the brakes soon. Come on. Should be pretty close to there. It looks like it's full. Yep, just as I suspected. Alright, let's go dump this off too. So for this isn't a huge field by any means, but for such a small field, we get quite a bit of material off of it. What did we get? This is what, the third load so far, and this thing holds 55,000 liters, so this is 150,000 liters of chaff we've gotten so far, which is quite a good little haul, if you ask me. So, pretty well, I don't know. You probably could almost fund a whole map just based on silage, I would suspect. Alright. One thing I like is how much easier it is to get up in these silos. It's so much nicer. Before you had to like take like a running start. This one's you don't yet, and that's one thing they changed. So see how it's more of a gradual lift, which is really nice. Before it used to be more of an incline right off the start, so it's nice to have this. Technically I should be backing in and then doing this instead of driving over it, but I'm not an expert. Nor am I a perfectionist when it comes to that kind of stuff. Just gonna grab a sip of coffee here. So good. Morning coffee. Can't beat it. Also, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I made some hay over there. That's probably the reason why it was cut when we first started and looked over here. So there's a little bit of hay that's done, and I don't think there's anything else that I know of. No, that was it. I did some of that off camera. Let's just see if there's any missions available. Barley to the train station. How much is it? 18 tons of barley? I'll pick that up. I love how these continue to run. Especially with the forestry stuff. So one of the things that really bothered me about the forestry stuff is that when you hooked up to, I think it was the trailer that has the, I don't know what it's called. Where is it? Nope, here we go. This guy right here, the Stepa. When you jumped on the seat itself, the tractor wouldn't stay running, which always threw me off. I was like, well, I'm pretty sure you'd have to have it running for the hydraulics to work properly, but I'm no expert, that's for sure. What did I say? Barley to the train station? I guess we could check that out. Is there anything else we want to buy? Interestingly enough, I checked this out. This you actually need to cultivate before, and this, and this, and this. The only one you don't is this one right here, which is kind of funny. I don't know if there's anything else we really want to pick up. We could go this route, although I really don't think it's necessary. I already have a big mower. We don't really need a bigger one of those. What else? We could get a round baler. Or we could get this guy right here. That's possible, I suppose. Necessary? I don't think so. Actually, it would be kind of nice because then I wouldn't need to have the... I wouldn't need to have a tractor always attached to this guy right here. But it actually holds a bit less. So it's 12 versus 8. So it's 6,000 less here. But it's self-propelled, and that's the caveat. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else I really want to get. We could get the Flygold transport trailer, I suppose, and transport some stuff. Nope. Could buy some more cows. We'll see. So this is the problem I'm gonna run into in this particular time. I could get the horse pronto, but I don't need to cultivate. And I think there is a nice cultivator. It's Lemkin Gigant, which is actually the same one that was in FS13. Strangely enough, this is the one we currently have, and we could actually buy this and use it. And it's 12 meters versus 8, so it's an extra 4 meters wide. But when we use that with the horse seeder, we have to actually, of course, cultivate first, which is kind of funny. And we could replace one of our trucks. So we could replace the man truck with one of the Kenworths or the K100. That's a possibility, I suppose. Alright. We got what? 3 passes left, it looks like. 3 or 4 passes. It's not too bad. Anyways, folks, so what I'll do is I'll finish this up off camera, and then we'll come back and we shall do something. I think next episode we'll probably do is, I think we have a harvest coming up, maybe. I'll have to double check that. Maybe we should buy another field, because we only have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 fields. Maybe we can buy field 18 or field 15 maybe. One of those fields. We'll see. Alright folks, that's it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2015 coming at you from Westbridge Hills. Catch you guys later.